Welcome to day 29 of the CYP 60-Day Challenge. This week we've been focused on investing in our personal growth. We're talking about change and transition and the things that we need to keep in mind and some of the exercises that we can do to prepare ourselves to go through that transition well so that we can get to where we are in our careers, in our parenting, in our creativity, in our wellness, in our relationships, and where we want to be. And this whole week we've talked about a bunch of different things. We've talked about letting go of the old, getting ready for the new. Yesterday we had a conversation around where we spend our time and energy. And today, in our last day of this particular theme, we're going to talk about how to change our behaviors and our habits and our patterns so that this way we can invest more time and energy in the areas that we want so that we can have the type of growth that we want. There is an author and speaker whose name is Sean Aker. He authored The Happiness Advantage, and he tells a great story around some of the struggle that we have about our discipline and our habits. He talked about how when he comes home from work every day, the first thing he would do is sit down on the couch and turn on the TV. And in doing that, he would spend hours in front of the television and would feel maybe fed by the ability to relax, but really wasn't doing things that he loved. He realized that what he would rather be doing is reading a great book or playing the guitar. But as he sat down on that couch and put on the TV, he would think to himself, oh, I should be reading a book, but the guitar is like way over there in the other room, and my book is on my dresser, and that's all the way over there, and it just felt so far and so laborious to go into the other room and get those things. And so as a researcher and educator, he thought, well, let me create a little experiment. Let me try to see if I can figure out a hack so that I can create some disciplines and some habits and some behaviors that allow me to spend my time doing things that make me happier. And so what he did was he took out the batteries from the remote control and he put them in his dresser drawer in his bedroom. Then he took out his guitar and his pick and he laid it out on the couch. He took out the book that he was reading. He laid it out on the couch with a bookmark to where he last was. And the next day he came home. He comes home from work and he sits down on the couch and he goes to turn on the TV just like he always had. And he realizes in that moment that the batteries for the TV are way over there. And at first he curses himself for being a researcher and for doing this experiment on himself. And then he looks to the left and looks to the right, and on one side is the book that he's been reading, on the other is the guitar, and he thinks, all right, well, I guess I'm going to read a book or play the guitar because they're right here, and it was easier. He shared another example of wanting to work out in the morning, and he'd have all these plans at night. I'm going to get up and I'm going to run, and I'm going to be really excited about running. This is going to be great. He'd get up in the morning and he's like, it's too cold and it's too early, it's too dark, and he would find that he did not want to get up and run. So what he started to do was he would go to bed in his running clothes, in his workout clothes. He'd go to bed fully dressed to get up and run. He would put his shoes right there by the side of the bed. And so when he woke up in the morning, again, he was like, oh, it's cold, it's dark. But the step of getting up and getting undressed out of your pajamas and putting on the new clothes, all of that was done already. All he literally needed to do was get out of bed, slip his shoes on, which were right there by the side of the bed, and that made it a little bit easier to do the things that he knew would ultimately make him happier and move him towards his goals. I love those stories because they give us really concrete ideas around what we can do to create some habits and some structure around the things that we want to do. Yesterday, we spent some time figuring out what are the values that we have, what is our purpose, what are the things that we want to move towards, either in our jobs, our relationships, in our parenting, in our wellness, in our creativity, in our personal growth. Where are the areas that we want to spend time and energy? We evaluated where we're spending our time and the type of energy that we have around those things, and we started to explore how can we do a better job of allocating those things out. Today, if you click on the CYP 60-Day Challenge link in the bio or in the comments, you'll be able to access a tool that will help you think about what are some hacks that you can use so that you can spend not only your time and energy the right way, but that you can actually make that easier for yourself. Are there ways that you can remove the bad habits, the ways in which you're spending your time and energy that you should no longer be, and instead, can you create some hacks so this way you can spend your time and energy in the right way? For some people I know that means taking away the alerts on their phone or in their email So this way they're not distracted and continuing to move away from whatever project they're working on to see whatever this message is that comes up. For other folks who are on the wellness journey, it means clearing out all of the food that they do not want to eat and ensuring that the only things that are in their fridge and in their cupboard are things that will keep them on the wellness track. For other folks, it may be deleting the phone numbers or getting rid of the social media accounts of the people who you no longer want in your life, so that this way you no longer have access to them. Whatever the things that you need to do so that you are essentially taking the batteries out of the remote and getting them out of the way and putting your guitar and your book near you. Whatever you can do to eliminate the ease at which you do the things that you really shouldn't be doing anymore, and instead making it easier to do the things that you should be doing that are more in alignment with your goals and your vision. That is the challenge for today. If you come up with good ideas for yourself, please share them with us so that this way we can all use those tools as we start to craft schedules and routines and habits and behaviors so that we can get more in alignment with our goals. Share those on Instagram and on Facebook. Go onto our website at craftingyourpath.com so that you can access all of the videos and the tools from this past week. You can see more of the events that we're doing, the coaching packages that we have, and other ways that you can engage in the community. If you missed some of the challenges and they're not up there, we only have it from the last week, then sign up for our newsletter. So this way you can have access to all 60 days worth of videos and handouts at the end of the year so that you can continue to do this journey on the way into 2020. Invite other folks with you, share this resource out, and then come back tomorrow as we start a new theme in the adventure towards closing out 2019 and preparing to have an amazing 2020. I will see you here tomorrow.